Welcome back to the Bear Den. We are continuing my playthrough of Tony Hawk's Underground Pro Skater. Is it Tony Hawk's Pro Skater Underground? Every time I start this video up, I always fuck up and not understand what the video should be titled. So we're just going to start off and hop into a quick mission by doing some grinding challenges. This one may take me a while because I'm not used to having to what I call button mash to get these grinds in. You really just have to tap, 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 tap. Can I get it first try? First try, not a problem. But picking off from where we left off, we're still in Manhattan, still grinding out the goals, still trying to become the biggest skater of all time. Fun fact, been to Manhattan, not like this at all. Pretty big city. I don't remember so much water being around it and being such an enclosed area. Showing off the specialty grind that we got at the end of last video, which was the Moonwalk 5.0. Also, really enjoyed that they kept the secret tapes available. You can go ahead and watch them in a video section at the very end. Also got that sweet double rail gap cleared, and then instantly split my legs as I glitch out to underneath the map. So, as I continue to play this and more of the nostalgia has set in, it's really trying to figure out how to get, better at the game instead of just repeating the same old lines. You'll see definitely a lot of impossibles, kick flips, manuals, revert combos to get those high scores, but I think that's just how the game was meant to be played. I rarely ever use special tricks as I use it to end up, but I like that for once in the Manhattan line, it was just a high score challenge. It wasn't anything fancy. It was just hey, just beat this score, which is nice because the monotony of this game, with all of its special things, makes it interesting to change it up and go back to, I would say, its roots. Still got the invisible boundaries, so if you cross a line or anything, it just resets you back into the game, which I like. And then we're just going to keep trying to knock out all these challenges and move forward with the game. I think also something that reminds me is that I really don't remember so much enjoying the controls of a PlayStation 2 controller. I know you had the analog stick, but I was very big into using the directional pad. It just for some reason felt easier for me to play, especially games like NBA Street or NFL, where you had to hold different directions and different turbos to make movements happen. The buttons allowed me to know that the correct response of what I was doing. And so that's why I'm playing most of these games with the directional pad instead of the analog stick, because rarely do I think analog sticks help in these older games. The only games I really think that analog sticks are good for are shooting games, I would say. First-person shooters, some RPGs, but a lot of the older system games that I used to play, I still held on to the directional pad. I remember transitioning over to, the GameCube, which literally forces you to use an analog stick because the directional pad was not in a great place. I even used the directional pad when playing on the Nintendo 64. Right now, just jump into a sweet cutscene of hyping people up, getting to meet some pros and impress the local people with the filming. But I also think that, like I said, the directional pad just gave me more freedom than the analog stick, and it wasn't until the GameCube came out that it forced you to actually change up the way you play and use that. And then over time, with integration of the analog sticks, games got more intense and used it. I know I've previously talked about games such as Skate using the right stick, and then Skater Excel, which uses actually both sticks to control foot movement. I think with that type of innovation, it forces you to evolve as a player and forces you to try things that you would have never thought about before. Killing another sick line. See, so another homage to the original game right there, where it's just having you run a combo instead of picking up the letters. You just have to hit the shiny objects in the area. So I do like the tweaks on the familiarity of the old games in this game. So it's not like you're seeing the same old, but you are recreating the same basic concepts. Uh, Also, one of the things that I always just suck at is getting enough air or transferring off my board to get up onto this high ledge. So we're just gonna wait around, wait around. Yeah, finally. And this one is just a follow the skater, I believe. Yeah, so stay behind him as I kill him because I surpassed him on the rail. So this one's probably going to be quite bland. It's just going to be me hopping over obstacles, blocking the screen most of the time for what that guy was doing. I believe he did a Casper slide there, which was pretty sick. And then just, yep, holding X to accelerate to get up close to him and just watching him as he continues his sick line. And boom, that was Film the Local. And then, oh, this is another grab and deliver mission, so just run around, hit up each of the vendors, and drop off to wherever the marker said it goes. And like I'm thinking about playing Tony Hawk's Underground 2, and I really remember those games when incorporating special guests and these types of service missions. It got crazy. Like, it definitely wasn't just a skateboarding game. I remember in Spain you could throw tomatoes at people as a mission. You had like people in wheelchairs and segways that you can control doing stunts. And I think this was a good direction for the genre to go in this first game because it's still pretty fresh. Second game, I think, went a little off the rails, but once again, just opinion, no fact. I also love the DC truck that is driving around. Gotta get that plug in for the shoes any way possible. I remember it wasn't DC, it was Supra and Etnies. As a kid, I would love to wear the shoes. And Osiris. Osiris, Etnies, and Supra, because those were the ones that generated the best colors. Ooh, and then got a customizable special trick here. So I'll show you that you can modify your special tricks, which is sort of cool. But yeah, as a kid, even though I didn't really skateboard, I liked the skateboard shoes because first, they were big enough to fit my flat, wide feet, but also were very colorful. I remember having a pair of just like solid purple felt Supras. I think I still own my pair of neon orange and blue, almost like vinyl Osiris's. And then Etnies were just I know they're not pronounced Etnies, and I'm just pronouncing it that way. And people are going to be like, oh, so cringe, but that's how I remember them. But there was Supras had like good solid like felt colors. Just solid colors. Like, you see that I'm wearing the pink shoes now. I'd be wearing something like this. Osiris's had the crazy colors and combinations. Like, Osiris had highlighter yellow and pink. Uh, shoes in like vinyl texture that you could wear. And those were always good because they were the super bulky shoes, so they had a lot of like the cushion and everything like that. Um, and just made like an overall better feel. I always felt funny because like I'd be wearing the super chunky skating shoes and then have like the, what is it, 8th grade uh, design shirt, whatever it is, just the Target or Walmart bargain bin. Get a $8 shirt that has a some type of character reference or old TV show or something like that. I also was very big into wearing that and band t-shirts. I've slowly moved away from that, but band t-shirts and skater shoes was my go-to look. Not my finest years, but something that I think end of elementary school into middle school, me was thought it looked super cool. And now that I've grown up, I just wear regular old t-shirts and Oasis plain colored shoes. I actually still try to look for colorful shoes every now and then. Um, but very rare do I see shoes that I like that are colorful that I want to buy, unless I'm looking at like basketball shoes or collector shoes such as Jordans, Nike Dunks, stuff like that. Right now, we are just finishing up probably one of the last missions in Manhattan, which is just do some sweet tricks over this car. So just last one for a pop, shove it, boom, landed.
We gotta get this tape to Peralta.
Sweet, we gotta get this tape to Peralta. So this is gonna be what I needed for to finish Manhattan. We got Stacy Peralta
Wow, you got style.
doing a
You are
headstand
on the team, dude. You're definitely
on the phone,
team.
watching our sweet
We gotta
tape
find a way to get you
on
back
an
in
old
Tampa
CRT
AirPods.
TV, tube TV.
That would be
The only way you
insane.
can play light gun
You have like
games.
$3
Got
to
the
my
sweet now Pizza
Don't matter,
Planet,
man.
I mean
I'll tell you
Peralta
what.
team shirt on.
You run some errands for me in New
Uh,
York, and I'll floor you my
and this is
vintage
actually
for a
probably
trip.
one of the most
Now tell me
decked
where you
out
wanna ride, and I'll
skate
send you
shops
all
I've
the
seen
freeways
in
you
any
need to
video
get
games.
there.
You got like the movies in the background, you got the wheels, you got the trucks. Now we get free stuff from this, so we're gonna customize the board. I've always been a fan of Baker boards. Like I said, they have usually the crazy color, but also girl is really nice. I'm a big fan of purple, so why not get purple? If I can do colored grip tape, I'm going to do the sketchy red and then wheel color. Of course, we're going to make it fluorescent, I think purple. Let's go with purple. And pretty much that. I think that is, as you see this loading screen. Oh man, the good old days of loading screens. Taking at least a good 10-15 seconds to get going. We're going to save right there and pick it up for next time. So I thank you guys so much for watching. And until next time, have a good one.